I worked the night shift at a small hospital in rural Ohio. It was the kind of place where nothing much happened. After midnight, just the hum of machines and occasional patient calls. One winter night, we admitted an elderly man named Walter. He had no family listed and was found unconscious near a highway. He regained consciousness briefly, but did not speak much, only stared at the ceiling as if tracking something. Around 2 a.m. I was doing rounds when I noticed his heart monitor spike. Suddenly I rushed in expecting distress, but he was calm, completely still, eyes wide open. I asked if he needed anything. He slowly turned his head towards me and said, "Do you see her too?" I froze. There was no one else in the room. I said no. He kept staring at the corner near the bathroom door, then whispered, "She has been here since I arrived." I checked the room. Nothing was unusual. His vitals stabilized, so I left. About 30 minutes later, another nurse called me. She said she heard someone crying from Walter's room. We both went in together. Walter was asleep this time, but the bathroom light was on. The door was slightly open. We both heard it, clearly soft. Crying like a woman trying not to be heard. I pushed the door open. No one was inside. The crying stopped instantly. We checked every inch, nothing. We reported it as a possible hallucination due to stress. At 4 a.m., Walter's monitor flatlined. We tried everything, but he was gone. After we covered the body, I noticed something strange. His eyes were still open, fixed towards the bathroom. Later that morning, housekeeping refused to clean the room. They said the mirror inside the bathroom had writing on it. It said, "He was not alone." No one admitted to writing it. The camera outside the room showed no one entering all night. The room was sealed for 2 days. Even now, staff avoid that wing during night shift. No one talks about it openly, but everyone knows. Some patients have asked why they hear crying at night. We never answer. I didn't believe in hospital ghost stories, at least not until I started working the night shift at a medical center. It's the kind of hospital you'd recognize instantly if you've ever lived in the US. Sterile white walls, fluorescent lights that hum quietly, and long corridors that seem to stretch forever after midnight. During the day, it's loud and busy. At night, it's something else entirely. I was a patient care technician, assigned to the 4th floor, post-surgical recovery. My shift ran from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Most nights were routine. Vitals, helping nurses, answering call lights. Boring, honestly. But there was one room we were told about during orientation. Room 417. Not in a dramatic way. No, this place is haunted speech. Just a casual mention from my supervisor. Don't assign patients to 417 unless we're full. And if you hear a call light from there when it's empty, just ignore it. Everyone laughed. I laughed too. That didn't last long. It started about 2 weeks into my job. The floor was unusually quiet that night. Only 6 patients total. Room 417 was empty. I knew that for sure, because I had helped discharge the last patient earlier that evening. Around 2:13 a.m., I was at the nurse's station charting vitals when I heard it. Ding. The call light. I looked up at the board. Room 417. I frowned. Did someone get admitted there? The nurse next to me, Claire, didn't even look up. No. It's showing a call. Yeah, she said calmly, still typing. It does that. I stared at her, waiting for her to explain. She didn't. You're not going to check? She finally looked at me. You can, if you want. Something about the way she said it made my stomach tighten. But I wasn't about to look scared in my 3rd week. Yeah, I'll go, I said, forcing a laugh. The hallway leading to 417 felt colder than the rest of the floor. Not freezing, just off. The lights flickered once as I walked down. That's normal in old buildings, I told myself. I reached the door, slightly open. I was sure I had closed it earlier. Hello? I called. pushing it open. The room was empty. Bed made. Monitor off. No patient. No belongings. But the call light button, the one attached to the bed, was dangling off the side, slowly swaying, like someone had just dropped it. I stepped closer. Maintenance probably messed something up, I muttered, picking it up. The moment my fingers touched it, click. The monitor turned on by itself. Flatline. A long, continuous tone filled the room. My heart started racing. "That's not funny," I said, even though I was alone. Then I heard it. A whisper. Right behind me. I spun around. No one. The room was still empty. But the whisper came again. I backed toward the door, my chest tightening. "This is not real," I said out loud. And then the bathroom door creaked open. Slowly. I didn't wait. I ran. I don't even remember reaching the nurse's station, but I must have, because Claire grabbed my arm. "You went in, didn't you?" I couldn't even speak. I just nodded. She sighed. "First time's always like that." "What is that?" I finally managed. She hesitated, then leaned closer. "A patient died in that room about 8 years ago. Post-op complications. But that's not the weird part." I swallowed hard. "What is?" "She kept pressing the call button before she died, over and over. Said someone was trying to take her." "Take her where?" Claire shook her head. "No idea. But she wasn't alone when she died." My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" "The nurse on duty found her talking to someone in the corner of the room." I refused to go near 417 after that. For a while, nothing else happened. I almost convinced myself it was stress, lack of sleep, until my last shift. It was another quiet night. Around 3 a.m., a new patient was admitted unexpectedly. Guess which room? 417. I argued with the charge nurse. "Put them anywhere else." "We're full," she said. "It's just a room." I knew better. The patient was an older man, mid-60s, recovering from surgery. He seemed normal, calm. I didn't say anything to him about the room. That would be insane, right? Around 4:10 a.m., his call light went off. This time, I couldn't ignore it. I walked down the hallway, every step heavier than the last. The door was closed. I knocked. "Sir, you called?" No response. I opened the door. He was sitting upright in bed, staring at the corner, not blinking. "Sir?" I stepped closer. "Are you okay?" He slowly raised his hand and pointed. "To them." My throat went dry. "There's no one there." He shook his head, eyes wide. "They're waiting." "Who is?" He turned to look at me. And I swear, I've never seen fear like that in someone's face. "The ones who take people." The monitor behind him suddenly spiked, beeping rapidly. "Sir, lie back!" Then he grabbed my wrist, hard. "They're behind you." I didn't turn around. I couldn't. I yanked my hand free and ran for the door. As I reached it, I heard multiple voices, whispering. Not one, not two, dozens, all at once. I slammed the door behind me and didn't look back. By morning, the patient was gone. Not discharged. Gone. No record of transfer, no explanation, just gone. The hospital said it was a documentation error. I quit the same day. A week later, I checked the hospital website out of curiosity. They had updated their room listings. There was no room 417 anymore. It skipped from 416 to 418. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. A few days ago, I got a call. No caller ID. I answered. Silence. Then, a faint, familiar whisper. And right before the line went dead, a flatline tone. If you ever find yourself in a hospital late at night, and you hear a call light from an empty room, don't check it. Some patients don't get